guy. Well, good morning!
Need a Red Bull, dude.
Okay, well, first stop then is Red Bull. We've been going to bed like at 2 almost, basically every night for the past, what, week?
Someone's been playing Fortnite!
Not even! I've been playing Tomodachi Life. He's been playing Fortnite. Oh yeah, I got Tomodachi Life on the Switch. I've been hooked on that shit. It's so fun! So fun! Oh, I never showed you what I found that we are going to be doing later. But this is gonna be on TikTok. If you wanna watch it, you have to go on TikTok. I found it in Marshall's. I didn't even know that they were selling these anymore. I've never done one. I've done it once, but I do really bad with like bad tasting things, so I hated it so much that I told myself I would never do it again.
And here we are.
Ah!
My water bottle is going on my ass. Anaya.
Dude, sorry. Just got really excited.
I know you're into that, but like, in the done.
We got Red Bull.
I need it. Now we're gonna go to FedEx so I can print out my resume because I'm going to like a job fair shit.
You're so low stim. It's killing my vibe.
I know, I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. We slept like not even that late.
He woke up to the roof leaking on his head.
I woke up at 3 in the fucking morning, dude. I was like, why am I so sweaty? I felt like a drop of water like hit my head. I was like, what the fuck? And I kind of sat there for like another couple minutes, not realizing it was from the ceiling. And then it happened again. And like I stood up, and then like water was like running down my forehead, and I was like, what the fuck?
And I woke up to my arm being like shaken.
I was like,
And I sat up and I was like, what? What? What?
She woke up, she said, I don't remember what she said, and then she like turned over and went back to bed. I was like, wait, Naya, the roof is leaking. And then you laid back down, you're like, okay, move the bed. And I was like, can you get up?
Anyways, we're gonna go print shit and do other shit, and then I'll see you when that shit's done.
Oh, and then we're gonna grocery shop. I'm really excited for that.
I'm not.
I have an opinion, and then you're like, fuck you, Eli, and your stupid ass.
No! Speak your opinion.
Yeah, I really like grocery shopping. Grocery shopping's like my Sephora.
Which, you know what's funny is, as a kid too, I always hated grocery shopping. I would get so impatient, and then I would just be like standing there in the aisles and my legs would start to hurt, and then I would just be like, damn, I really want to go home. And I'm still the same way as an adult. I hate it so much. Type shit. Oh, your hands are cold. How did it go?
Yeah, we're really good.
Oh.
Yeah, I just talked about, you know, my passion.
Uh-huh. La pasión.
La passion.
Hello. Is it your turn? He gets upset when I give his brother attention and not him. Well, we're home now, obviously. I didn't get any footage when we were out just because I started getting a little bit hangry, so we went to eat. Just had some clam chowder. Look at his perfect little loaf. Aww. Guys, this is like an S-tier loaf right here. Are you bothered? Ugh, I got hit with a wave of tiredness all of a sudden. You guys grocery shopping, so just gonna hang out and kick it here until he gets back. I want to show you guys my fun new gadget I bought because I wanted to find a way to do more car footage, but I don't have a stand for my camera, so I bought one. It's basically the same thing as the one I have for my phone. It just has an attachment for my camera, which is great. Well, hello there. It is currently 3 p.m. A few days later. I don't even remember what I did the last time that I vlogged, so I don't have anything else to say about that. But what I will tell you I'm doing now is preparing to go bring Eli food because he made orange chicken last night. And he left for work this morning in like a really big rush, so he didn't have time to grab the food. So I'm gonna bring him the food, but first I need to fill up the ice trays because he left me a note on the whiteboard that said, Anaya, fill up the ice trays, and if I don't fill up the ice trays, then I'm not gonna have a good excuse as to why I didn't, and then I'm just gonna feel dumb. This dude has been begging for my attention all morning. He did not like the fact that I had to shower or get ready or be productive. He just wanted me to give him pets. And you know what? That's my bad. It is my fault for not giving him pets when he wants them. Oh my god! Today is kind of my first official... You can't even... Can you see me? Can't you see me? Oh, how fitting. I'm wearing my TXT hoodie. I haven't worn this hoodie in so long, which is dumb because of how much I spent on it, but I don't know. Yeah, not too much on the agenda today. I had a very, very slow morning, which was nice. I'm thankful that I'm able to take my time in the mornings in the way that I like, but today is kind of my first official day unemployed. You could count the weekend, but I had only worked one weekend shift at the time that I was at this job, so I've gotten pretty used to not working weekends, but I work every Wednesday, so this is my first Wednesday not working, but I have to say it feels very nice. I've just been doing a lot of meditation practices, listening to a lot of mindful affirmations on YouTube, and just trying to keep my vibrations pretty high. Yesterday, we did get a little bit of vlog footage, but I ended up, well, for context, I have BPD. I also have severe ADHD, and so my emotional regulation skills are, to put it simply, quite subpar. And when something happens that, and I know this because I worked through it in therapy with my therapist, because I am a self-aware person who does believe in therapy. Let me go on a side tangent for a second. I hate bitches that don't believe in therapy. I am so sorry, but if you don't believe in therapy, you are 100% the problem in probably every aspect of your life. And I'm 90% sure that you sit there wondering why everyone is being so horrible to you, why things are going so badly for you. It's probably you. You are probably the problem. There is no good reason not to believe in therapy, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care if that makes you mad. That's what I think, and I don't want to hear it. Okay, and let me just put more context. I'm saying that because I know a lot of people who don't believe in therapy, and all those people are fucking crazy. They're crazy. They're insane. They are clinically insane. Like, they would be institutionalized. Kind of insane. I learned it from my therapist, but she told me that because I would get into these moods where seemingly nothing related would even have happened, but I will go completely nonverbal for sometimes hours, and it would feel like I was almost trapped in my body and I couldn't speak. And even if you tried to ask me what was wrong, most of the time I wouldn't respond, and then I would kind of just sit there like in a daze until I would inevitably just snap out of it. There was a point in time where it was happening a lot, enough to be considered a big problem, which is actually why I started going to therapy in the first place, because I knew it wasn't normal. And essentially, she had told me that what I was doing was being triggered by things that brought up feelings from my childhood, even though they didn't necessarily have anything to do. Why did I put the water away, damn it? Even though they didn't have anything to do with my childhood. And so if someone, specifically in the context of abandonment, lovely, I do have abandonment issues, and it's because as a child I was neglected emotionally. I am grateful that I never had to endure physical abuse, physical neglect. That is a completely different ballpark that I have no experience in. Ironically enough, even though I was never physically abandoned, I always had people around me. I felt alone all the time, and I felt like I was abandoned because I didn't have any outlets to talk about my feelings. I didn't, receive the normal compassion and care that parents are supposed to provide. So in my head, I was effectively abandoned. Okay, that's all to say that sometimes when people do things, it will trigger that feeling that I had of being abandoned, even though what they're doing isn't abandoning me at all, and it has nothing to do with being abandoned. It's just sometimes certain things will trigger me in that way. That was a very long explanation, okay? So anyways, that happened yesterday, and it wasn't even anything major, like really at all. And I felt myself get into that mood, and I was like, come on, Anaya, we're not doing this right now. Snap the fuck out of it. And I will say, because I've been going on a very big spiritual self-concept journey, I've been working through a lot of my traumas, working through a lot of my, limiting beliefs, things like that. I was able to pull myself out of it way quicker than I normally would have. I would consider that honestly a major improvement, because most of the times that I would get like that, it would end up ruining the entire day, and then I would just feel like shit for ruining the entire day. I finally figured, this is really random, but I've never been able to get my hair to look good in a claw clip. Never knew why. I would always get so mad when I would see other girls do like the really cute, effortless claw clip styles, but I think I finally cracked mine. I don't think it looks perfect, but I like that about it. And when my hair feels good, I feel good. So it's gonna be a good day. But we do also have a new gadget that I'm excited to attach to my car. I think I talked about this before. I used to take Eli's car anytime I would go anywhere, but obviously, now that I'm not working anymore and he takes his car. And so I have my car for most of the day. So I want to attach this little camera holder onto my car so that we can get some fun driving shots. But anyways, so I'm gonna go get situated in the car. I will see you when I'm in there. Okay, update. I made it to Eli's work, but he just told me that he's about to go on break anyway. So now I'm just hanging out in the car while he does that. But I love recording while I drive. My close friends on Instagram, like half of the stories I post are me just yapping while I drive, because I don't know, when I drive I get very inspired to talk. So I'm gonna put this up and then we're gonna test it out. We're gonna see how good it works. Boom! What do we think? I think it looks good. And now
good as fuck.
I can be like driving and like perfect. It's perfect vibes. Anyways,
Yep.
this motherfucker came out on his break. I was about to run in and bring his food and he said, no, I'm gonna go on break right now. He thought I was gonna bring him Cane's because I texted him and I said, hey, do you want me to bring you chicken? As in like the orange chicken that we ate last night. And he went, oh, yes, please.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting this entire time.
He gets in the car and he goes, I don't know why I thought you meant like Cane's chicken. I said, why the fuck would I bring you Cane's chicken?
It sounded really good.
We have chicken at home for free. I filled up the ice trays. Yep. I filled them up and I even filled up the one that I used.
Who wants ice? Who wants to fill up the ice? And so we have ice. Yeah, this motherfucker never fills up the ice trays.
Because the magical ice tray fairy always does it for
doesn't.
me. Yeah, every time I go to get more ice,
yeah,
there's always
me.
ice.
I'm the magical ice fairy.
Oh, I love the magical ice fairy for always replenishing my ice. Way to kill the illusion. First the tooth fairy, now the ice fairy. You're telling me the ice fairy's not real? Wait. I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, so I think our next stop now is going to a bookstore because I have a couple Joe Dispenza books I want to look at. I don't even know if they're going to be at this Barnes & Noble, but I don't have anything else to do, so I'm willing to go find out. I've been a little bit weary about picking up manifestation books just because I know that some of them can be kind of gimmicky, kind of culty, and I don't particularly like to turn to one person for all of my information. I think that is a little bit culty, especially where are you going? Where are you're moving somewhere you are not supposed to be moving. I've also never really looked at the book selection. I'm guessing it would be in like the self-help section. I don't even know where I'm going. I don't know how to get to where I want to go right now. I don't know. So anyways, yeah, I just planned on taking a look at some books, seeing if there's anything good that I can find. Other than that, I'm probably not gonna do too much else just because it's getting a little bit late. I was gonna drive out to try on those pants from Tilly's that everyone's talking about right now on TikTok, except they are so popular right now that the only place I could go in store to see my size is like 25 minutes away. And I'm not gonna lie, I was totally gonna do it anyways because I used to do shit like that all the time. This is really off topic, but when I was younger, I had a hamster, and at the time, I really wanted to build her a bin cage. If you don't know what that is, it's basically where you take a huge ass storage bin. Mine was, I think, 300 quarts, and you drill holes into it, you attach chicken wire to it for the windows, and then it's basically just a... I hate when people drive super fucking slow and then make me miss my lights. That is what just happened, and now I'm annoyed. I built her a bin cage, and for some reason at the time, the only place I could go to get the 300 quart storage bin I wanted was almost an hour away. It was like a few cities over, and I drove all that way just to pick up this Tupperware, basically, to use to build my hamster a cage. I did all of that just for my hamster to die within a few months, which I was actually very upset about because a few years before that, I got my first hamster. Her name was Peach. I don't even think I have any pictures of her because I didn't have any electronics at the time, but she was a little short-haired Syrian hamster, and she was my absolute pride and joy. I loved that hamster so much, and she lived for a couple of years, I want to say, and when she died, I was devastated. Oh my god, I was devastated. So when I got my second hamster, I was imagining it was going to be the same thing, but I got her from a pet store, and I think she just had health problems, so she only lived for a few months. But I spent so much money on that enclosure. I drove all the way out, almost an hour, to go pick up. Anyways, My point is, I am historically known to drive ridiculously far to get things that I want. Same thing with my Ole Henriksen lip balm. I wanted it, but it was at the time that it was viral on TikTok and everybody was getting it. And so it was out of stock online and in store at every single fucking Ulta and Sephora near me. So I drove all the way out to West Hollywood. I don't live in LA. I live outside of LA. I live like 30 minutes away from LA. But I drove out to West Hollywood, deep in LA, just to get this lip balm. I am a person who will drive far to get things I want. So I was going to go check out those pants, but then I don't know where my time went. I kind of just ended up taking a lot longer to get ready than I thought. And then by the time I was ready to go, it was like 3 something, and it's not terribly late. I could still go. Well, now it's 4:15, but I don't want to hit traffic, which I know I will. And that's just not the vibe I'm on. All right, I've made it to the Barnes & Noble. I'm a little bit nervous because the parking lot is a little bit busier than I would have liked it to be, but it's okay. We're still gonna have a good time. All right, let's fucking do this shit.
The issue is I have no idea where I'm going. And they redid the entire layout of this place, so I don't know where anything is. I found them. Well, I didn't find them. I was standing there looking very lost. And then this man came up to me and he was like, "Are you looking for something?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm looking for a Joe Dispenza book." And then he was like, "Oh, did you check the round table?" I did not check the round table. So he walks over there. Both the books I was looking for. This one, though, the one I came here for, was the last copy. He said, "There you go." I said, "Wow, thank you." I would have stood there for an extra 20 minutes looking dumb because I couldn't find them. And it's perfect because I just got my tax return. So now I can buy these books guilt-free. Yes! Oh my god. This JJK display is amazing.
Oh my god, that was honestly such an overstimulating experience. I've never gone into the personal growth section of Barnes & Noble, so I just felt like I looked really stupid. I don't even know if you could hear me when I was talking in there because it was kind of crowded and I was a little bit shy, so I got both of them. I'm very excited. They are admittedly a lot bigger than I expected them to be, but I think it'll be good to kind of help me stay motivated in the mindset because I've noticed it's very easy for me to lose sight of what I'm doing. I think it's just because I have really bad ADHD and I say that a lot, but it is true. It affects me in a lot of ways. So I feel like for me, it's kind of crucial to be consuming at least one piece of spiritual mindfulness media at least once per day, just so I can kind of stay on track. But yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good. I have a shit ton of books I need to get through, but these are going to be my priority just because they have information that I can actually apply immediately as opposed to, you know, my typical mystery thriller fixation. But also I think it'll just help because a lot of people on TikTok whose videos I see always reference these books and they don't really explain the concepts fully. So now I have my own thorough explanation of concepts. Okay, so I will, I don't know, figure something else out and then we'll talk again then. But for now, I'm gonna, there's a lizard! Wait, can you can't see. I'm gonna go update TikTok on what I just told you and yeah, we'll see what happens after that. But until then, I'm gonna let this camera charge because you are about to die. Don't die on me, please.